Lost track of time. Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting night of NXR racing. I am Gale Force, your normal Tier 1 commentator. Alongside me is my normal Tier 1 commentating partner, Shaman. Say hello.
I mean, I don't think I'm anything but normal. I don't think I'm anything but. Like, I'm not normal.
I think you are anything but normal. Let's be honest.
Yes. So I don't know why you introduced me as normal.
Well, you're my normal partner, as in the normal person I'm here with.
Mm-hmm.
You're very weird, and I'm not going to deny that, even in the slightest.
Yeah, but that's why people like me.
I'm pretty sure I suggested cancelling you in the Discord earlier today.
I mean, I don't want to comment on anything Discord related while on stream. I've made my opinions very clear to people that need to know them, and for all the normal drivers that don't have access to any of those chats, everything's fine. Everything's fine.
So we are here for Tier 1 here at the British Grand Prix circuit here at Silverstone in lovely, accurately cloudy England.
Not raining though, not yet. We'll save that for the race.
Not yet. We can look out the window, we get advanced weather warnings. So, I'm trying to think.
Is
do
it
we have any
raining
stand-ins this week? No, it's just cloudy here.
Are you talking about real life or in the game?
Yeah, I'm talking about real life. I mean, we're close enough to Silverstone.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Who is standing in? I think there's someone, and I'm forgetting who it is.
Raza, because Raza got dropped despite winning the race on 32 lap old mediums.
Oh yes, Lion is out this week, so Raza will be returning to Tier 1 for this week. Raza made his name winning at Zandvoort on 32 lap old mediums, and some people seem to forget this, so we have to remind you.
We have to remind you. Was it actually 32? The joke that I have is just to say a random number between 20 and 35.
I believe it was 32. We do have some new names this week. A lot of drivers have actually changed their name before this week's race.
Yeah, because they think they're going to get into esports.
We have Artifact, who is now under the name of Joe Wilson II, or I'm going to call him Junior.
Just two. He's first one out as well.
We have Sam Gino, recently learning that he is the brother of Alex Gino. That is Kimi R.
You didn't know this before? Remember when he came in? Remember when Alex Gino came into the room when he got a podium for the first time in this league?
I have no memory of that. I was racing. You think I was listening to the interview? Yeah,
you always have the stream on.
Yeah, I normally turn it off after the race ends. That's not a good endorsement for the fact that we're probably going to do interviews after this, right? Whoops! Don't be like me. So, yeah, Sam Gino is Kimi R under a new name, and Wookie is now BRS Josh. So, much harder to spell that one wrong and forget the E. But as you said, Joe Wilson, the driver formerly known as Artifact, is the first man on circuit, followed by a McLaren. It's Night Owl.
Night Owl with a good finish last time out. P5.
True. I should bring up the standings, because I actually haven't looked at any of them. I'm a professional.
I mean, we don't doubt that.
Standings. In the driver's standings currently, Sam is your championship leader, 10 points ahead of NXR Mark. We have BRS Josh running in 3rd place, followed by Millsy, who's only 1 point behind. Then it's a 13-point gap back to Halsey and Artifact, who are close together. Lion is in 7th, Bruno 8th, and tied with ABR Ryan and Drops for 9th and 10th place, respectively.
Oh, we got close to the wall there.
This is a tidy first lap here from Joe.
We've got a yellow flag.
Yellow.
It's then sector 1. It's Jacko.
Jack's already binned it.
Oh, Jack, why?
We're gonna have to relegate him to tier 2 to come hang out with us again, just so we can get him back in shape, because this is unacceptable.
Notice how you say back in shape after he's been to the gym today.
Well, not everyone with muscles can fight. Joe Wilson goes fastest at the moment.
Oh, 9 beats him! Whoa!
Woo!
Didn't expect
Who
that.
have we got next? I believe it's a Williams. No, wait, maybe
It was.
is.
Yep.
Yes,
Bruno.
it is a Williams and Bruno.
Washed.
Then it is ABR Ryan actually coming out the final turn to start a lap.
I believe he invalidated, maybe.
Okay. Blah, blah, blah.
I'll stay on board
Gifted
with him when you
is
go
the next
around.
person. Gifted is the next person coming through onto a flying lap. Well, sorry, coming to finish a flying lap. Jamie Jacko is asking to be relegated. Well, keep this up and you're going to be going down like, I don't know. I don't have any timely football references.
Going down
I'm
like
still stuck
Norwich.
in 2009.
Norwich just got relegated.
Again? Are they still like...
Yes, again. They're a yo-yo club.
Okay, so Norwich are a team that are very much low end of Premier League, top end of Championship. Then I'm guessing.
Yes. Same with
Okay,
Watford.
good to know some things never change.
Everton's at the drop zone.
Raza Gamer up to P1.
Nosy.
And immediately beaten by Millsy, who goes 3 times faster. Then we've got an AlphaTauri coming through. That's
At the bottom of the board.
Night Owl's actually.
Not
Can't tell if Night Owl went off or is.
lighting cars
just
by,
like-
probably. Ryan's coming around for a good time here, but Red Bull will be crossing the line first. I believe that's Josh to start a lap. So now we've got Ryan as next person to cross the line. Messes up that last corner before coming over and beating his teammate out by 0.2 of a second. I can't help but feel he would have got P3 if he didn't make that mistake, though. Jacko has
Bruno's
just sent me
actually
an
going-
attachment, so I will be viewing this to give everyone a rundown of what happened with Jacko.
I think Bruno's going for another lap. He was 18 seconds off on his previous one, so he's going for a second lap here. Must have put a bit of extra fuel in the car. Has to mind getting out of the way nicely.
Wow! Okay, so Jacko just went through turn 1, and the car just gave up on him, oversteering over to the right and just skidding through the gravel into the wall. It was quite the distance the car travelled from the skid. But yeah, Jacko's car just gave up on him. Bradder's not giving him good parts, I assume.
The AlphaTauri is actually going again. Hellsy doing a cooldown lap. Scribbs
P6.
putting in another lap straight away. 27.4. We've got the Red Bulls coming. BRS Josh, I believe, is on a flyer. He is, as he comes through the final couple corners now. And will put himself up to P1. 2 temps clear. And that is an Alpine next. That's got to be Bradders. He is coming through. He's 2 temps up at the moment, so he's going to be improving. Should jump him up to around Bruno if he's not gained any more time.
300
does.
off of Bruno.
Who else have we got left to do a lap?
We've got drive on driver drop
ooh.
pass. Sam Geno has just started a lap.
Yeah, I'm going to go on board with Sam as you come into Abbey. Nice and fast. Now we get to the section that I don't remember the names of these 3 corners because they're new.
1,
And by new I mean 2010.
2.
It's like the loop, there's village, and I think this is Aintree? Who knows? Down the Wellington Straight. That's an old straight.
Oh,
And into Brooklands.
does that mean we get to say the
Rapid
name of
is.
that Formula 1 driver in a moment?
I don't know. We've just come out of Luffield. Through Woodcut. I'm curious what driver it is. Now into Cops. And we have full attack here through Maggots, into Beckett's, and then into Chapel. Kimmy using all of the circuit through there, every inch available. 103.1
What's
in the middle
this part
sector.
of the track?
This is Stowe coming up to here. Then out into Vale. One more turn to go through Club nice and easy. And then on to the Sir Lewis Hamilton straight.
Only go
goes
P2.
Only 500 off. That's a solid lap. It's only Q1 as well.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, I didn't know that part was the Hamilton straight. I thought that part was the Sector 3 DRS straight.
No, it's the Sector 3 DRS straight is the hangar straight. Because that's where the hangars used to be. Back in the days of this being an airfield.
Can we just point out that Drop Ass has just gone P1?
Excuse me? What the?
Yeah!
I missed that completely, but you're right. Valtteri Dropass has indeed gone fastest. You know what? I don't think he gets enough credit.
I think
Dropass
Yaps
has been...
is destined to be a number 2 driver.
I think I think Drops has, ever since Season 1, been slowly improving. To the point where the Season 1 number 2 driver is asserting himself as the number 1 over Yaps here.
I would like to think that while it may only seem like he's slowly improving, the expectations of this league have gone up tremendously every single season. So for him to stick with the status quo, and to even setting a provisional pole time, I wouldn't call that a slight improvement. Not in your... no way.
No, I just mean, if you look across the seasons, his championship positions have been steadily climbing up.
Okay.
I believe.
NXR Mark coming around the final corner now.
It is indeed, and looked like a very good lap. Is it going to be enough for pole? It is currently. Well, for P1. It's not pole yet, we're only in Q1.
Last driver now on a lap. I don't know who he is, but he's going.
Drive on driver just went 6th. Alright. I just realised what you said. No. We're not doing that.
Wait, oh shit, C. Davies coming around the final sector now.
That wasn't intentional?
No! No! No!
Oh.
See, this is what I mean! This is what I mean, Gail!
I thought there was like some beef between you and him or something, because you're like the last guy to come through. I don't know who he is. Davey's the only guy yet to set a time. And you're like,
I'm not saying there hasn't been beef between me and C. Davies, but this is what I mean! I don't mean this stuff!
How was that not intentional?
I don't know, it wasn't though!
Oh, he's not a clown, he's the whole circus. And you'll get to watch him driving tomorrow.
I'm sorry, I'm not biased, I don't have an agenda.
I can't.
I don't have any of these things.
I can't believe that. There's a McLaren in the final sector. There's an AlphaTauri in the grass out of Lufkin. I believe that's Scribs. Yes, it is.
How was Twitch chat reacted to that, Matthew?
Let's have a look.
Have I got away with it?
Minoy is saying those who practice well will end up doing well on F1 2022 when it changes up the order again. Honest Raccoon pointing out that the small straight between turn 2 and 3 used to be part of a runway. True, actually, yeah. I think you're right there. Hajino is saying he will win the championship, and Jake responding with... What is that? Is that just a dot?
Probably a cap.
It's just a circle. It's a white circle. Maybe it doesn't load on a PC. I don't know. Who the hell knows?
We know how Jack is. Meanwhile, the 4 drivers coming at risk of being eliminated are Night Owl, Drive on Driver, LeBruno, and Bradders. Alpine set for another 19th, 20th situation.
Oh, it was a laughing emoji.
Oh, and Bradders can't get the lap. He invalidates coming out of Maggots and Beckett's. Night Owl, half a tenth down, coming out the first sector. Doesn't seem to have done that corner quite right. Come on, Night Owl, you gotta really push this now.
Just quickly jumping over to Halsey, who's coming down into Sector 3. And into Stowe. Only just up on his time. Is he going to commit to this lap? He doesn't have much time if he doesn't. He does go for it.
Night Owl,
It is half a tenth. Only half a tenth improvement there for Halsey in the AlphaTauri.
I think if Night Owl can finish this lap and get ahead of Milkman, he will be through to Q2.
It's possible, but there's a load of drivers behind still
That's
going.
a lap from Night Owl. P9.
Night Owl goes 9th. Bruno only goes 15th. He's still very much at risk here as Screws comes through the final turn, goes very wide.
And he's lost all of his time.
Loses a 10th. And that's him done.
Milkman goes P9.
No more lap from Scrivs, so Bruno probably out here. Scrivs most certainly out. Drive on Driver on an out lap now.
Still 2 minutes 30 left in the session.
Wait. 2 minutes 30?
Yeah. What do you have?
1 minute 30.
I have 2, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. 2 minutes 10. I mean,
you are the lobby host, so your timing should be the correct one. So just add a minute onto whatever time it's showing is left. We're gonna go aboard with Drive on Driver.
Oh no.
That's unusual. Driver coming to the end of Sector 1 now. Where will he be on his time? Just less than a tenth. Less than a tenth down on his best. Yellow flags in Sector 1 as drivers are just sort of getting out of the way of each other. I believe that is Bradders getting out of the way of the AlphaTauri.
Hold on, I just need to speak something. As Yaps has just put it in the announcements chat, I was just about to mention it because it was in the admin chat. At Cops Corner, you can run wide, keep it pinned, and not get an invalidation or warning in the race. Anyone seen doing this in quali and still performing their lap will be penalised. In the race, if you run wide, you have to do it. You have to lift and give the time back to the car behind, or show your hub if you're performing the lift. Failure to do so result in a penalty. Be sure to clip anyone you see doing this. Apologies for the late update.
Ooh.
Now, what do you think?
That
Oh,
could
and
lead to some
Altop's in the
interesting-
wall!
Oh, he's actually gone and binned it. There he is. Pushing too hard
it's
for...
switching back onto the racing line ever so slowly.
He was pushing too hard for what was probably a already safe position. Drive on Driver, one of the only people who can improve now that is in the drop zone. Bruno in the pits, Scrivs out, Jamie Jacko out, Bradders on an out lap coming to start a lap. I'm assuming he's still got time left.
There's 20 seconds remaining.
Okay.
So Bradders will get round in
time
time.
is up.
What's it saying for your time right now?
0. It's got time remaining. Like the post-session countdown.
Interesting.
Either way, we're going to go on board with Drive on Driver, who is very much on a flying lap.
Yes. So what do you think
Don't look
about
too
this
closely at the
Cops
bugs.
situation?
I think it is just an issue with the penalty system in the game. Just maybe a misplaced marker or something.
Do you think it's good that we've implemented this at such late notice?
I think it's good that we're making sure the drivers are abiding by the track limits. Drive on Driver.
Oh, he's had to
Game
give it
over
up.
for him. So it's all down to Bradders. He needs 0.8 of a second. Actually, no, he doesn't. He needs half a second to beat Halsey and put him into the drop zone.
Come on, foot
At
to
the
the
moment-
floor, Bradders.
At the moment, both Alpines are out. If he gets this time in, it'll put both
Lovely.
Alpha Tauris out of the session.
Love with 3 Maggots and Beckett's there.
He's 3 temps up. He needs a little bit more to get anywhere out of this qualifying session.
Would it be both Avatars out the session?
Yes, because
yes,
look
yes,
at the
it would.
times. Into the final 2 corners.
Come on.
Brad is nice and tidy.
For the culture. Oh, 4 tenths.
Not quite enough. 17th fastest for Bradders, so that is both Alpha Tauris, or Alpines, sorry, out in Q1 along with driver Scrivs and LeBruno.
And Ulfdog.
And Ulfdog, who crashed. Will not be the first time we've seen a Red Bull going from the back here in qualifying, or going from the back in the race this season.
You just have to wait for Joe Wilson to come into the pits. Slow as you like, mate. Be as slow as you want because you'll get penalised if you retire on track. So you gotta save that tyre wear, don't you, Gale?
Gotta save those tyres, mate.
Gotta save those tyres. Look at admin chat.
Oh no.
I can't say it on stream, but it's funny. Look at what Cal put. But it's true. Anyway, your 6 drivers knocked out of this session: Ulfdog, LeBruno, Bradders, Scribs, Driver, and Jacko. With your top 3 being NXR Mark, NXR Dropass, and BRS Josh.
Brad is saying it really shows he hasn't touched Silverstone since we last raced and he hasn't practiced for a few weeks. Honestly, if that's the case, you were still very close to getting in. I mean, that's I believe either just over or just under a 10th. So not a massive difference. First person onto the
Why has
track
Minoy
is...
doxed himself?
I don't know.
Everyone's doxing themselves.
I mean, to be fair, mine's technically been out there for a while.
Oh no, you know, you've always doxed yourself. You never,
Yeah, exactly.
you never hid it. Hell, it's in your name. It's just cleverly in your name. I don't know how to pronounce Minoy's last name.
That's a good question. Hold on, let me have a look. What is it?
Because I keep thinking Edge's signature move. But I don't think that's how you say it.
I mean, it's one of 2 ways. If we're being perfectly honest, there's only 2 ways that you can probably pronounce that. Right, Raza, coming through the final sector now to start his first flying lap.
Do you think those mediums are the ones he used in Zandvoort?
Oh. They might be. Look, mate, Williams is doing some budget saving. They're using every retard as much as they can get. Also, Minoy's actually given us the pronunciation Spearings.
Oh, so it is Edge's signature move. I wonder, do you even know my last name?
I'll be honest, I used to think it was something else because of your Twitch name. I thought it was Raymond.
Raymond?
Okay, so your Twitch name is Jeffreymon?
Yes. How innovative.
I thought it was Jeff Raymond.
Okay, now.
I'm not a smart man.
No, that would have been smart.
I do think I've heard you say it.
Yeah.
I think I see it. I don't remember it off the top of my head.
If people can know it, but I'm not just gonna say it.
I'm gonna point this out.
So Razor invalidated.
Oh, Raz invalidated, so did NXR. Mark Milkman will be the first person coming through on the flying lap.
On a medium, sir.
People in this league call me by my surname more than than I actually get called by my first name in real life. That's the fun part.
Alfie wanted to know who the commentators were for the stream.
That would be Galeforce and Shaman, as Jake was nice enough to let him know in Discord. BRS Josh currently fastest, Halsey second fastest on the soft tyres, Milkman in third, Niall in fourth, NXR Gifted jumping up to fourth there on the mediums. Joe Wilson coming through now, also on the medium tyres.
Hold on, my man himself has actually got the surname Hedges. Can we just appreciate that?
No, that's a solid. You know, that's a sort of game used gamer tag that I can get behind.
Yes, 100%. I think Raz is going for a second lap on these mediums because he invalidated his first.
I believe so. I think no one else has actually put up a time there.
Jake has just stopped Chelsea.
No, like how? Wait. Oh. Huh. That's cool. And Razza does put a lap in. He goes third fastest at the moment. Is Night Owl going for a second lap? No, he's not. NXR Mark is, because he didn't set a time on the first go around. As he comes out of club.
Onto the South Lewis Hamilton straight, going P1, just like the GOAT himself.
He does go fastest, and Milkman is going to look to spoil the party. Never mind, he's on a recharge lap, so it'll be Joe Wilson coming through to set the next time. And it is P5 for the Mercedes driver at the moment. We got the Haas of Sam Gino's actually invalidated, and so that leaves it to be the Ferrari pair. Yaps coming through first, followed by his teammate of Dropass. Will Yaps be one-upped again by his teammate? Yaps goes 8th fastest. Where's Drops? He goes 6th.
Just for the record, Night Owl is going again.
In that case, I believe we'll jump to Night Owl.
Jake is trying to get me to dox myself. That's a no from me. You don't want to search my name up on the internet.
Into the final sector. Now looking tidy here, using all of the entry curve into not Stowe, that's fail.
What one is Stowe again?
Stowe is the one at the end of the hangar straight. And Night Owl does improve by 4 attempts, goes 8th fastest, shuffling Yaps down into the danger zone, Gifted in the drop zone currently. Sam Gino will be the next person through to set a time, in a very Jensen Button-esque helmet, I must say. Using a little bit of the sausage curve on the inside there through club. And he goes 2nd fastest.
You know what I find funny? Alfie's in the chat saying, is Gale the guy with a soft voice and Shaman the guy with a deeper voice?
I'll help you out here, Alfie. I'm Gale. That's Shaman.
Gale is
That'll help you know which
Jeff
one is.
gay.
I mean, we're not
Actually, to be fair, I think you have the
inaccurate
camper.
descriptions.
I think you have the camper voice out of us two, though.
Do I?
Yeah, I think you do.
That's not very nice. Dropass goes up to second place.
I hate you so much. Because Cube 2 is boring, Jake. At least until the final 3 minutes.
This is the thing, is that like in Q2, the early runs you get a lot of people coming out on mediums, it sets a rough order, and then the people who are near the drop-off will come out on softs.
And then that's
you
when
get
it
the
gets
occasional
interesting.
people. You get the occasional people who will maybe have a pop on softs early, like we saw from, I believe, Halsey, who's in 9th right now. But the majority of the action in Q3 is in like the last 3 minutes. It's a very like slow session. Don't, Jeff. Don't.
Because you know I will.
No, I know you will. That's what I gotta tell you. No, because this man just said bet. This man just put a message in the Discord that basically is saying bet, and you're like, oh yeah? Like,
Yeah,
no, we don't take this challenge.
I will.
No, we're not doing that.
Why not? Why can't I?
Because we need to maintain some level of professionalism.
Do you want me to be professional about it?
No. I don't even know what the correct answer to that is right now. We're gonna swiftly move on, because BRS Josh is on circuit right now on the soft tyres. He's currently 4th, seeming to think that he might need to use these softs early in the race rather than later. Obviously the normal... the difference between medium and soft, I believe, is probably in the realm of maybe a second here. It is 7/10. That sounds about right. BRS Josh does improve up to a 1:26.3, putting himself fastest, improved by 0.8. So that does make the 7/10 prediction sound about right.
Josh has got to be careful here not to hold up the likes of Millsy and everything coming round here on a lap. I think he has
believe
done
all of them
slightly,
are on
but
an
he has
outlap.
moved out of the way.
They're all just coming out of the pits. The only person on a flyer currently is Halsey on another set of soft tyres, up by a 10th. It's not ideal for Halsey with the fact that his soft lap time is in the same realm as the mediums currently. But as he comes through the final turn, hopefully this will get him down into the 26s, almost a 27.2. Puts him in P5. Everyone on an outlap. Let's have a look at the tyres fitted. There it is. This is why we were joking around for the whole start of the session.
Because now
here
things get
comes the action.
interesting. Just like my references.
Somebody has just popped up in chat called Apex is the best game. Hello there, welcome to a not Apex stream.
Well, I mean, a lot of drivers are certainly trying to hit the apexes. Some of them doing less good than others. But I can't name names, otherwise I'll get called out that I have agendas.
It's because you do, let's not...
No,
let's
the
not
only
beat around
person
the
I had
bush here.
an agenda against was Yid Army Tom.
I had an agenda with him, but that was because he spun a lot.
I had an agenda of him because he was a homophobic piece of shit. and other things, but I won't repeat them on
We
stream.
need to do that one on... We don't need to air the dirty laundry on stream. This is a Formula 1 league. We race with 3 different tiers. We've got Tier 1, Tier 2 and Tier 3. Tier 1 is obviously tonight, Tier 2 tomorrow, and Tier 3 on Wednesdays. Obviously, Tier 1 being the fastest tier within NXR. This is the fourth round of the season? Fourth round of the season. And right now, Milkman coming into the final sector, his teammate not too far behind. We're going to see what sort of lap times they can do. I need to close Discord. I need to not look at that.
You do, because I've just done something else on Discord.
Milkman goes second fastest of 1:26.9. We're going to see the times coming in thick and fast. 1:26.8 from Millsy. McLaren's coming up next. NXR Mark goes fastest at 26.3, only just ahead of BRS Josh. Someone was spun out. Who was that? That's Sam Gino!
Oh no!
There
could be disastrous consequences to that.
Undisputed NXR champion of the world, spinning out. Halsey retiring there in P9. He might not be safe as he gets dropped to 10th there by, I believe, Razza. And C. Davies coming through and setting times. NXR Gifted jumps up to 5th place. Who just jumped up? That's ABR Ryan now into 3rd place in the Aston Martin. Who's coming through next? There's a Ferrari going slow in the final couple corners. Both Ferraris going slowly. Joe Wilson coming through the final turn now. And he goes up to 5th. So at the moment, Yaps, Sam Gino and Night Owl are the drivers in the drop zone. C. Davies at risk. Halsey will be eliminated because he has retired. But given last season, this is not a pair we expected to see in the drop zone. Actually, right now our drop zone is the reigning Tier 2 champion, the reigning Tier 1 champion, and one of the reigning Constructors champions.
Ryan spun in the end of in the middle of Sector 2.
Ryan has indeed spun there, coming through cops.
By the way, do you have the same time that I do right now?
I don't know, it's currently showing yellow flags. Who is coming to the line first? It will be Night Owl. Nope. Night Owl, identical times as Sam Gino, actually. I've only just noticed that.
Oh wow, impressive.
He will not be improving. C. Davies jumps up to 5th place, just ahead of his teammate. Here come the Aston Martins. Gifted, not improving. He's going into the pits. ABR Ryan will not be improving either. So now we look to NXR Dropass, who's on the edge of the drop zone. Coming down into the last 2 corners now, he's up by 4 tenths. This will put him safe, and this will put Razza Gamer at risk. He does indeed. P3 for the Ferrari. Sam Gino jumps up to only 6th place, but that's good enough to get out of Q3, or get into Q3. Yaps now 4 tenths up. This will get him through, and this could not gift it out. And it does. Yaps 4th place, still behind Drops. But it's enough. Razza has invalidated. Night Owl has invalidated. Davies and Joe Wilson are done. So that is it. Your top 10. NXR Mark, BRS Josh, Dropass and Yaps in the Ferraris. ABR Ryan, Millsy, Sam Gino, C. Davies, Joe Wilson and NXR Milkman going through. 11th place is Gifted. 12th is Razza, 13th is Night Owl, and Halsey will be starting in 14th.
Birthday boy last time out, getting that podium, but now in P14. Very interesting. Perhaps a lot better in the race, but I'm surprised that someone podium last time out down the order that much.
I mean, this is a very close tier. Let's not beat around any sort of bush here. Like, this Tier 1 this season is incredibly close.
100%.
And so the difference between getting through and being knocked out can be very, very minor. I mean, 0.02 of a second are all that separated Gifted there from Q3. The top 10 separated by 0.6 of a second. This whole session covered by only 0.8. Very close out there. Less than a tenth across the top 3.
It's really impressive. Fortunately gifted out by 0.02 of a second. Milman. Oh, there's already a clip in the incident report. Oh no, it's just Jake saying it's open. Oof. I was gonna say, someone sewed already?
I was gonna say, who the hell's already got the the warning? Oh, the appeal. Not appeal, what's it called? Is reported.
So, who is your 50p on?
My 50p? You know what? I'm gonna take a risk. Drop ass.
Very interesting.
He was very close in Q2 there. I think he could pull it off here in Q3. Who is your 50p on?
I'm gonna have to say NXR Mark.
Going for the safe bet.
Yeah.
It's never a bad guess to assume that Mark will be in contention at the front.
Jake says 50p is on C. Davey.
I'm pretty sure it's not what he said.
Sorry. Joe Wilson the second. Wrong person.
You cannot read.
Yeah,
Brad
Jake's gone for Kimmy.
Brad is saying Mark for pole, but to lose the lead to Wookiee in the race.
Interesting.
It's not a bad prediction either. Wookiee has looked very strong in the first two races this season.
Racecraft.
Had a bit of a rough week.
Wookiee has been topped. Why is the admin chat being so horny right now?
Oh, why are they always like this? Anyway, I'm gonna not even acknowledge it. I'm not even looking. Coming to the end of Sector 1, Dropass will be the first person to set a time. We're gonna ride on board with the Ferrari driver.
The old timer.
Stays tight on the entry through Luffield. Carrying a good speed out, gets a nice clean exit. Keeps it surprisingly close to the pit wall there through Woodcut, or coming out of Woodcut.
A very Nick Heidfeld.
Very conservative. Alright,
What's up?
I don't know if he's Nick Heidfeld. That doesn't seem like an accurate comparison.
Why not?
I feel like there's other, like...
Giancarlo Fisichella?
Probably. The drops goes in with a 26.7.
Immediately beaten by San Gino. Your 50p is looking like a dumpster truck.
Yaps, 26.6, the first time in this qualifying that he has been ahead of drops. A load of drivers invalidating as well on that initial. You can see by how few times have actually hit the board. Milkman in fourth. ABR Ryan jumps up to second place, and off goes Davies, spinning into the gravel. Gets into the wall. I think lost a little bit of wing, but somehow not out of the session. Oh, what is...
I didn't even need to ask you to see it. You've just seen it. What is that? Oh, bro!
Don't. I'm closing Discord. Minoy's saying Droppass is the Grosjean.
I wouldn't say I call him Kevin Magnussen at the Grosjean.
Call him Jensen Button.
No,
he's like a
because
fine
Jensen
wine.
Button
He's
won a
getting
title.
better with his career. Oh yeah, but he also won it 10 years nearly 10 years after he started. Jensen Button got better with time, like a fine wine, and that is what Droppass has done here in NXR as Millsy comes out the final turn. Only goes 6th fastest. Davy's obviously not coming through the set time. He's going to the pits. Joe Wilson invalidating again. BRS Josh into the pits. Maybe Orion actually going for another lap. He improves. Only slightly, but he does improve. Crackles. Okay, give it.
The crackles. I'm not hearing any.
Yeah, I know what it is then. Give it a moment. Bienvenidos everyone, welcome back. Everything's working now, hopefully the crackles should be gone. Joe Wilson. Yellow flags at cops, he must have had an off. He's definitely not gained any time, he's slowing down. This is where things get interesting because we've seen a lot of drivers invalidating here in Q3. Obviously the drivers are pushing the track to its limits, they're using every inch that they can. But it also means it's very easy for them to make that mistake. No.
I'm not saying anything, right? I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, stop looking at it.
I can't help it. It comes up on my phone.
So everyone into the pits currently. Getting the quiet moment here in Q3 before things get going again.
Rob put it in the general. For fuck's sake. No, because he's put the fucking... He's put the fucking Shrek thing there as well, so Noy's seen it.
Why has he put the Shrek one in there? Oh, God.
I mean, I'm trying to shift the topic on it to BDSM test, so it's not showing anything.
Why are we...
So that we're not showing anything explicit in the admin chat. Fucking Rob's just come out and put Shrek up in general.
Why are you saying that on stream? Bro! This is not the sort of presentation we want on stream, dude.
Join the Discord, everybody.
Oh.
Join the Discord.
We have gone off the rails. We have gone off the rails. Oh, Mino's seen it. Alright, you know what? You could do the end of Q3. I'm having some Fox's party rings.
What colour is the icing?
Oh, it's the full pack. I got the yellow, I got the white, I got the pink, I got the purple.
Oh, here we have, who's next to go on a lap?
Drops. Just started.
Drops. Okay, well, there's people... Yeah, okay, we'll go on with Drops then, as he's just starting his lap. Going around this part of the track. It's quite a technical part of the track, this corner with this specific name, as we head onto this straight, opening up the DRS. Trying to handle the car, turning at that sort of speed, it's going to put pressure on any driver. The G-forces must be painful, but they're handling it well, as they set a provisional purple sector 1. Going very close to the wall on the right hand side as they head into this straight. heading through onto the second part of Sector 2, which faces the infamous Maggots and Beckett's coming up in the next couple of seconds. Here we go now. Got to keep the car planted and just go full balls into this corner. Hope you don't spin open at the DRS straight on the hanger straight here. Really try and push your car to the limit here. Fast right-hander now into Sector 3. And around the last couple of corners. This looks to be a nice little lap from Droppass. Around onto the Sir Lewis Hamilton straight. And he goes provisional pole.
While you were talking, Minoy suggested Matthew ASMR, and I hate this. I just hate it. Yaps did invalidate. Millsy now. No, actually, Milkman coming to. We're not doing ASMR. Right?
Okay. Okay, go on.
Millsy's up by 2 tenths, but that won't be enough to get him into the front row, but it does put him 4th. Sam Gino gaining another 2 tenths, goes up to pole. Now, NXR Mark through the final turn. He jumps up to 2nd place. 126.3, he's about a tenth, half a tenth off of Sam there. I'm just trying to catch up. BRS Josh and Joe Wilson starting their final flying laps. ABR Ryan on a slow lap as well. He's only going to get one more shot at this. Trying to see if Drops is actually on a flyer. No, Drops is coming into the pit, so he's done. 3rd place at best for the Ferrari driver. Meanwhile, his teammate is up by another tenth. Coming through the final couple corners now into Vale.
Here he comes.
Nice and tidy through Club onto the start straight, and he does improve, but only 4th fastest. Not able to jump his teammate. Millsy's going slowly. He's on an in lap, or has bailed on his lap. Milkman coming through now. Where will he put himself? He stays 7th. C. Davies next across the line. He will stay in 8th place. Neither driver improving.
Wookie has absolutely blitzed the Sector 2 and looks to be on an absolute stonking now.
Looks like a very good lap so far. Just a couple corners left to go. If he can keep this up, could he steal pole position right at the end? No, it's only 3rd fastest.
Close.
However, Joe Wilson will be the last person across the line, I believe. He only goes 7th. ABR Ryan slowing down. He's not going for another one. Neither is Yaps. That is qualifying done. Sam Gino will be starting on pole. NXR Mark in 2nd. BRS Josh will be 3rd. Droppass 4th alongside his teammate of Yaps. ABR Ryan in 6th with Joe Wilson 7th. Millsy and Milkman 8th and 9th for Alfa Romeo. And Davies rounding out a Alfa Romeo sandwich there with delicious Mercedes bread in 10th place.
I'm going to need you to check something.
Oh, for the love of God. Why? What are you wanting me to look at? Why are you tagging me in this?
I thought of you. Thought of you.
What have you done?
Have you seen it?
Yes. Yes, I've seen it.
Good.
Absolutely ridiculous.
I'm not wrong though.
Just waiting for the Ferrari to be wheeled back into the pits by the team, and we'll be able to get underway with the race. I just don't know what's going on with the Disco display. It's an absolute mess, but there is confirmation Sam Dino is on pole. NXR Mark will be starting.
Jake wants me to
alongside
tell
him.
the viewers to join our lovely Discord, but I think it'd be better if you joined tomorrow. What do you think?
That'll probably be a better time when things are not as mental as they are right now.
Manoy's put an idea in the ideas chat for disallowing NSFW content. That's the most reasonable idea I've seen in there for the past couple of weeks, to be honest.
I'm just gonna give them until 21:29 to ready up.
Jake's just getting himself into a whole bunch of shit.
I don't know what you lot are doing, mate. Like, honestly.
I'm not doing anything. I'm a war correspondent.
No, you're in this.
No, I'm a war correspondent. So while we've got 2 minutes, I'm gonna go and get a drink.
Okay.
You entertain the masses. You don't have Ali here to do it this time now.
We don't have Ali for this one. I mean, to be fair, Bradders, a lot of the people, there's some level of knowing who is who. I mean, Hijino, you could tell who he is. There's some that are much more confusing, though. So, who is everyone predicting for the race? Who are your 50p's on? Hello, Callum. You have missed something. I don't know what's going on today, man. It is wild. Callum saying his 50p is on Wookie, Kimmy, and Razza. Ooh, Razza for the podium. That is I would say a bold claim, but it doesn't seem that crazy that he could do it. Oh, it's not so much crazy in terms of the races, Callum. It is crazy in terms of, have you looked in Discord? Things are falling apart quickly. Drivers are readying up as we have reached the time. So here we go, we're getting underway for the formation lap now. Let's have a quick look at what tyres everyone is on. We have most of the field opting for the soft tyres. Wolfdog down to 15th, the first driver to bank on the mediums. And then Bradders, Scribs and Drive on Driver are the only people to go with him. Every other driver in the field, bar those four,
why is everyone opting for the
softs? Well, because it's an easy one-stop here, no matter what tyre you go on, and if there's an early safety car, the mediums get hurt more by it.
Okay, good to know.
RWSRL, I don't know if there's actually a way I meant to pronounce that or if it's just an acronym, suggesting that the top three and that their 50p are on Sam, Mark, and Davies.
Davies, that would be a shout, wouldn't it?
That'd be wild.
No disrespect to C. Davies, of course, he's a fantastic driver.
He's had a rough season. It would be good to see him get back on track with a solid result here.
Definitely, 100%.
But as we come through, it's a very quick pace lap here. The driver's not hanging around. Sam Gino speeding along, the rest of the field keeping up with him. A few small gaps appearing, but nothing crazy. Lots of weaving all the way down the field as the drivers try and build up heat in those tyres for the race start here.
I genuinely thought you just said lots weaving, not lots of weaving.
Yeah, well, I started saying it and then I realised I felt like I was about to sneeze, so I tried to just speed through the words before
Fair enough.
I just had my nose come flying off.
But we do have the drivers lining up now for the start on the Sir Lewis Hamilton Straight. Shall we kick things off, Gale?
It's such an absolute meme. Here we go.
Gonna hear that a few more times tonight.
Here we go, finally. The lights are coming on and I've got the proper camera angle. And we are... Go at Silverstone. It's a good start from Kimi. Mark seems to have gone away well. No, he has. Well, he has, but he slots into second place. One of the Ferraris is sliding. That's a huge crash at the back.
Oh my
Drops is involved.
word!
That's an absolutely massive crash. Who is involved? Drops is involved.
What?
ABR Ryan is involved.
See, Davies is involved.
Davies. Millsy. Absolutely huge there in the back.
It doesn't look like they even have any wing damage.
Dropped.
No, Drops is completely fine. Oh, there's a little bit of end plate for Ryan. Ryan's missing an end plate.
There has to have been more damage than that. We saw
Steve
Davies go
Davies is
flying.
missing an end plate. Need to get a better camera angle from Milkman. No, Milkman's still got his wing. Oh no, Milkman doesn't have a wing. No, Milkman's the wing that's gone.
Meanwhile, out in front, Sam Gino pulling about half a second over Mark, just under half a second back to BRS Josh. Yap sticking close, Joe Wilson not too far behind.
Oh my god.
Oh, invite.
I've got it, I'm on it.
Raza Gamer in 6th place, just outside of what would be the DRS range. He's getting back into it now, and because of that disconnection there for Sam Gino, he is just tumbling down the order, already down to 4th place.
It won't let me invite to the game. Is he already back in?
You press start and go and invite friends. I think you gotta do it through that way. Lots of drivers into the pits. Halsey, Millsy, ABR Ryan, Dropass, Davies and Milkman all in. All of these drivers surely with damage. 6 cars, sorry.
And no safety car to help them.
Having picked up damage there, Sam Gino still falling down the order, all the way down to 8th place.
I've got him back in now. Wouldn't let me just invite through recent players for some reason, even though it has before.
Yeah, I know. It's probably because it's on invite only.
I mean, I always have my lobbies on invite only. Yeah?
Jamie Jacko there moving up into 9th place. That's a great start from Jacko. Let's actually bring up the, not telemetry, where is it? I know how to do this. There we go, the positions gained and lost. 11 gained for Jamie Jacko, the biggest mover of the field so far. 8 positions
well, the biggest
for Bruno.
mover is technically Dropass.
The biggest gainer then. Raza Gamer up 7 places there in 5th place. Bruno also up 8 places, along with Scrivs. Meanwhile, Sam Gino still continues to fall down the order here while disconnected.
Is he not joined back yet?
No, he's still not here.
I'll send him
He's
another
down to
invite.
12th. Then further back, we've got ABR Ryan down 11, Dropass down 14, and Milkman down 11. That crash at the start was absolutely massive. There he is, he's back in the session
he's back now. Okay, good.
However, unfortunately, he is at the tail end of the entire train of cars.
He just lost
that made it through
13
turn
positions because he was disconnected for a lap.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
We will call that
He
a
is in
mechanical
control now.
issue, but we're back going. Gentleman popping up in Twitch saying that the Discord link in our Instagram is invalid. That may need to be looked at by someone.
Yeah, Discord link got invalid because a whole bunch of people were being so-and-sos.
Oh, right, yeah. We might need to update those. But BRS Josh currently sticking to the back of NXR Mark. He's got DRS now. And will presumably make this easy move here. Mark not putting up much of a fight, and that's job done. BRS Josh into the lead.
Multi making a move on Halsey into a difficult part of the track. Oh, that could have ended in tears. Alright, I caught that one a bit late.
All good.
But it's not over yet.
I'm just trying to catch all of this. These guys are almost half a lap behind. That's how much that pit stop has hurt them. The AI is 41. It shouldn't be 41.
I thought it was 60.
For tier 1 it should be higher than 60.
My apologies.
That's something
if it's
that's going to need to
41.
be taken a look at there.
I will change it for next race if that is the case.
So I think I have it up at like... Well,
Oh,
no,
and
I
Sam's had a
it.
bit of a wiggle.
He has, but he's closing in. Starting to catch back up to the rest of the pack. Wolfdog had a little look there, a drive-on driver into Cops. Thinks better of it. He knows what happens to Red Bulls that try to pass there. Now tucking in behind through Maggots and Beckett's. Not trying to find a way by. He's going to just sit here and get DRS. Meanwhile, further up the road, NXR Mark and BRS Josh side by side. Through Stowe, Josh holds on. And now Yaps is brought into play.
Not often we see Yaps up here in these fights early on in the race. He tends to come into his own in the latter parts. So hopefully it isn't too early too soon for him.
We're definitely seeing packs form. We've got the top 5 all in a train here. Each car is separated by less than half a second. Well, around half a second from the car ahead. Then it's about a 3-second gap back to Gifted, who has Night Owl and Bruno for company. Jammy Jacko sort of in no man's land, while his teammate Bradders also up into the points after a awkward start for most of the field, is in 10th and has now got the train of Scrivs, Orfdog, Sam, Gino and Drive-On Driver behind him.
Bruno and Night Owl side by side. Night Owl comes out the better.
The Season 4 Tier 1 champion versus the Season 4 Tier 2 champion here, fighting for 7th place as they come into Maggots and Beckett's.
Wait, Night Owl won the title?
Yeah, he won Tier 2 last season.
Oh yeah.
What?
Because Lion jumped up. Sorry, my brain went fuzzy.
Bruno looking back to the outside here, but not able to find the move. Gonna try maybe pull a switch back here, but not able to do it. Looks to the inside for Vale, still not able to get a nose in. Both of these two fighting is actually good for Gifted. It's keeping him fairly safe. Wolfdog and Sam Gino fighting side by side through Club. Sam Gino around the outside gets the job done. Very close to contact there. The game's camera angles are absolutely abysmal. We're going to go on board now. This group just right behind Bradders. Scrivs trying to find a way by, but Bradders is definitely the cork in the bottle here. I think once they get by, this pack is going to tear away from him. He goes defensive as we come down towards Brooklands. But not yet. No one able to find the move. Sam, though, closing right up to the back of Scrivs. Into Cops now. Scrivs actually seems to be losing a little bit of time here to Bradders. Maybe it's dirty air, maybe it's just Brad is having a better car through this
Mark
part
is
of the
pushing for the
circuit.
lead. Mark is pushing for the lead. Around the outside into Stowe. Gets the job done. Like to use a bit of his ERS there. Caught Wookie, sorry, BRS Josh a little bit off guard, and he takes the lead of the Grand Prix.
Sam Gino getting past Scrivs as well, further back down the order up into 11th place. He's making a charge back. Mark with the fastest lap.
BRS will do that for you. But Josh won't be out of this fight yet. I think Josh will be looking to make a move straight back.
I do want to point out someone interesting. ABR Ryan in 19th place, the only driver to opt for the hards out of the drivers that pit at the start of this race after the incidents. Could have made a good move here. We're going to have to wait and see.
Might be interesting. Josh getting right up onto the back of Mark. Yeah, it's just following as he always does.
Sam close enough to Bradders and able to make the move. Bradders not even putting up a defense. There was not much he could do there. So now Kimi starts off, Sam Gino starts off on the chase after Jammy Jacko.
Yep, it's just stalking these top two like a banzai warrior in the trees, just waiting for his moment to strike. Oh, defending for Mark as Josh finds a way around the outside as Mark did a lap prior.
I mean, he finds his way around, tries to defend, but that's an early stop off of the softs. Did he pick up damage? Gonna have to keep an eye on this. Jammy Jacko, the first driver to pick up a time penalty. Sam Gino in as well. There's some strategy being played here.
Interesting strategy. I don't know about good strategy yet. It remains to be seen.
Gonna keep an eye on this. Yep, no wing change, but the mediums go on for Yaps. Is it going to be the same for Sam Gino? It looks to be. It is. Both drivers taking a set of mediums. They're going to try and take these to the end, I would assume.
Very interesting to start that early. And I wonder, will it cause Mark and Wookie to, Mark and Josh to follow up on that?
It seems like such an early move, but we're going to have to wait and see how this all plays out.
What lap would you be stopping on? Because I'm probably going to be stopping around 10.
Yeah, I would have thought it'd be at least maybe 10, 11. The tyre wear here is, I believe, surprisingly low for the circuit. Pointing out.
Oh, yellow flag.
Oh, Razza gave it.
Out. He was in P4, and that's a safety car. That's completely fooled Yaps and Kimi, Max and Sam rather. And we can see the top 3, 4, 5, whatever, heading straight into the pits.
All of them diving in. This is brutal for Yaps and Sam.
We'll point out the McLarens are double stacking though.
Razza seemed to have just lost it coming out of Chapel, losing the back end and getting very friendly with the inside wall.
Oh, people ghosting through each other in the pits. No worries there about having to wait, be held up.
Gonna go on board with Yaps and see where he feeds back into this. Obviously the leader's not picked up by the safety car yet, so they're still being held by Delta.
I want to point out, fantastic double stop for McLaren there. Night Owl not losing any positions to cars behind him. I want to take it back, he's just 1 to Yaps.
Yaps managing to minimize the loss there, coming out only in 5th place. Still a loss. Dropass speeding in the pit lane. This is not what he needed. But this whole pack behind, Millsy, Helsey, Drops, Ryan, Davies and Milkman, the pack that all pitted on lap 1 after the incident. This gives them a second chance. They're all coming in. They're going to try and make a comeback here. Medium tyres going on for, I believe, all of them. Yes, mediums for all.
Bradders has gone for the hards. So is
Bradders and
Scrivs and Drive on Driver have opted for a second pair of softs.
Were they two of the drivers that opted for mediums at the start?
Yes.
Have a quick check of Race Director just to be sure, but I think
Yes,
they've been
Strips
put in
and
an awkward
Drive on
position.
Driver both opted for medium tries to begin with, and have opted to go onto the softs.
It's an odd choice. I don't know if that's gonna make it. Obviously, Bradders and Orfdog also drivers that went onto the mediums at the start, so they've had to go to the hards to try and make it to the end. Scrivs and Drive on Driver banking on another safety car, it seems.
But if you're banking on another safety car, surely you take track position.
You would think so, but I think in this position, when you're at a point where people are already pitting, you definitely want to pit with them to try and have a better option. Luke Watkins saying that the softs will do the rest. And an update from Raza.
What?
Lost the car on the curb.
The softs will do 16 laps? No, that's 17 laps forever.
True, I mean, the safety car will help extend those.
But for that long? Drive on Driver's boxed again. Clearly hearing our confusion, and it's opted for the mediums. Drive on Driver basically doing a medium race, but is paid for it in track position. But Scriv's committing to this, and he thinks the softs will make it to the end?
I guess so. I mean, some people do believe that they are in a position. Well, everyone should be in a position to make it to the end. Scriv seems to believe that he can take those softs to the end. If he goes off track, he will lose that position to Bradders because he went off track. The game will allow that. I believe that is actually a thing in F1 as well. If you go off track, you will lose out.
Yeah, no, that's a valid position.
Callum28 saying that the soft tyres can go super long. They feel bad and then get good again. So the graining phase apparently exists here. Luke Watkins saying he did 17 laps on those tyres in practice.
Jesus Christ.
I did say the tyre wear was less than expected. Than you'd think around here. I didn't think it would be that low. We could get the safety car in this lap as it is very much confirmed. So BRS Josh slowing the pack down.
16 racing laps. Those tyres will be shot.
What a camera shot this is of just a sea of cars just weaving. And Josh goes. Josh has got. He's got 8 tenths on Mark already. Caught them all sleeping.
Is he going to be held up though? Will the safety not hold him up?
Safety car's already in the pit lane. He's good.
Oh my goodness! What a performance from Josh here. That's
What
how
a
you do a
restart.
safety car restart. Take notes.
The field absolutely caught napping. Gifted, by the way. Just want to give credit to him. He's up doing very well in 4th place. Drive on Driver's had an issue back there. A spin through club. That's not ideal.
But a fantastic restart from BRS.
Oh, Sam
Josh.
Gino's off.
Oh no! It's not from bad to worse for the championship leader.
Both Hasses spinning in the space of 4 corners. Down to the back of the pack. We've got Millsy having a look at Browder's rocks down into Brooklands. Browder's goes wide, basically gives him the position. The hard tyre's not in a position to fight right now. BRS Josh is nearly out of DRS already.
It's fantastic. He must be burning ERS to do that, but no. Martin's burning ERS to try to stay within that. They're both around the same ERS really, just trying to keep within that second.
Somebody who is within that 1 second. Joe Wilson, just behind NXR Mark. He is close enough where once DRS is enabled, he'll be able to put pressure on the McLaren.
And We were talking about it. It's happened. Over a second now. He'll
Further
go
down
back
the
under
field.
for a second, but yeah.
Fastest lap from BRS Josh. Further down the field, Halsey and Bradders trading places back and forth. Droppass getting into the mix as well. He gets past Halsey. Halsey's muscled out wide.
It's bumping
ABR Ryan's
Halsey.
coming through. Droppass gets the move done. Ryan's going to have a look now as well. Not able to get there, but he goes for a look at the inside. Droppass looking to the outside of
Davies ran
Bradders.
into the back of Ryan there. Could have chipped his wing slightly.
Trying to get a camera angle that's not on board. There we go. No, never mind. Okay, thanks, game.
Halsey might
Here we
try and
go.
make this move back on Bradders. Around the... Oh, that's a bit aggressive.
On the outside, not able to get it done.
Bradders'
Back to the
side
inside
pod
of
there.
Luffield. And he gets the job done that time. Wolfdog picks up a 3-second time penalty. We see a few of those on the board. Droppass with a 5-second for speeding in the pit lane. Now Mark is getting back within that 1 second, but he's starting to fall back out of it again. It's back and forth. It's going to be all about where they are when they get to the detection point. But Mark might not be close enough. Joe Wilson certainly will be. He's 6-7 tenths behind. Actually, now he's dropping to 8 tenths. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Yaps is having a look at NXR Gifted, who's having a great race up in 4th place. Night Owl in 6th, Bruno 7th, Jammy Jacko in 8th from last, Scrivs in 9th, and Ulfdog in 10th, rounding out your points-paying positions currently. Here we go, DRS is enabled and Mark is not in range.
Oh, he was literally for lap 1 second.
He
But
was
no.
1.1 because it's before the 2 happens. Joe Wilson he's going to close up a little bit. That might be enough to keep him in DRS range. They've pulled 2 seconds over 4th place. No, maybe not. Maybe
not the
Milk isn't.
fastest in terms of raw speed, but has that special knack about him to avoid trouble and really make a name for himself and getting up there and causing some surprise points finishes. And it might be great for him this season. Be great for Red Bull last season.
He's definitely been somewhat of a sleeper driver up in Tier 1. Not one of the biggest, the most flashy drivers, not one of the names that you'll see up at the front every week, but he is just consistent. He tends to stay out of trouble and just pick up those points, and it's good to see, but he's under pressure now from one of the flashy drivers. NXR Yaps moves up into 4th place.
You gotta be flashy if you're the owner.
Well, you got it. You know you'll get away with it.
Founder,
You get a penalty.
rather.
Davies, round the outside of Bradders, down the hanger straight, moving up into 15th. Puts the Alpine
Mark.
down another position.
Marcus found himself back within the second window, but will he have it on the detection zone?
No, just back outside it
Oh.
again.
He had the fastest lap as well. To no avail.
May have been a case of using a lot to try and get in that window, not able to get there. I'm gonna
Difference
see if
20% now in the RS. Oh, when he
Yellow
got a
flags
yellow
in sector
flag.
1. It's Sam Gino again.
Oh, no.
More issues for the Haas.
It's got to
This
be
is
something
brutal.
mechanical.
Could be potential wheel issues maybe. I know this game has a few of those. We'll have to wait and see from when we can
Happened last
hear from
week
them in the
with
Discord.
Barbara Papadopoulos and Callum 28, costing Callum 28 a podium around Belgium in Tier 3.
Yaps is flying. He's gained half a second on Joe Wilson this lap alone. Getting very liberal with the track limits. Probably picked up a warning for that. And Ryan picking up a penalty for his use of track limits. Has now come through.
What's going to be interesting for me here is Gifted and Night Owl, both part of the same conglomerate of teams, Aston Martin and McLaren. Will they be fighting each other here?
I think it entirely depends on how the drivers are feeling, because I know both drivers want to show what they are capable of. It just comes down to the people behind them, and if they think they're better off just working together rather than fighting, or if they can pull away. Speaking of pull away, Mark is tearing away from Joe Wilson and is caught back up to BRS Josh.
The big difference right now is Night Owl's only got 25% ERS and Gifted has 75. It's a big difference between the two.
Much more conservative than Yaps. I said he was getting liberal with track limits. There's the penalty.
Stewards weren't happy with the crazy interpretations with track limits and they've awarded him a time penalty of 3 seconds. Earning the CRS.
Mark trying to stay within half a second there of BRS Josh, not quite able to get close enough to make a move this time into Stowe. But the pressure was certainly on.
Both McLaren's really burning the BRS scale.
I mean, that's to be expected, they're both hunting.
Red Bull 80%, Mark only 50.
Come out of the final turn. Gifted just staying within a second of Yaps. That's probably helping him here. He's just using the Ferrari, getting that DRS and maintaining his position. Yaps trying to get in DRS range of the Mercedes in front. He's just towing this whole train of cars along with him. Artifact's going to be under pressure soon. Yaps not close enough this time.
But I will say Scripps' softs, they haven't really impacted proceedings as much as he would have liked them to. Still only down in P9 and those softs are surely past their prime.
It seemed that way. Jamie Jacko sort of falling off the back of LeBruno. Just within DRS range though, Scrivs is getting up behind him. Speaking of Bruno all over the back of Night Owls to come down towards Cobbs, looking every which way. And now into Max Beckett's. He goes to the outside, are they going to do it? No, he backs out.
Probably smart too, because Night Owl's really low on his ERS and it should be a easy move on the DRS straight. Good awareness from the Bruno not to fully send it into Maggots and Beckett's there. And award is that position, and Jacko's going to start hunting the McLaren as well now.
I guess this is the downside to how aggressively Night Owl had been using his ERS. He's now a sitting duck when it comes to defending. Meanwhile,
Speaking of sitting ducks, drop ass trying to do a switchback on Offdog. A double switchback. Oh, but he doesn't get it. Oh, he might. I haven't seen a double switchback before, and he almost did it.
I was going to say Gifted, much more conservative with his ERS, and he's managed to stick to Yaps, who is closing more and more on Joe Wilson. Gifted has fallen out of DRS range for Ferrari.
Sorry, we said that same time there.
Who have we got? Mark still lurking on the back of BRS Josh. Now in Australia we saw Mark play somewhat strategy games with his DRS, with his ERS, while following Kimi. Are we going to see him doing similar things here to try and get Josh to burn his ERS while he can recharge his?
All I will say is DRS Josh pretty much has a full battery at this point. He's not even using anything to defend, he knows what the smart decision is, and he's just letting Mark follow him for now. He has more battery to play with than Mark as well, so Mark needs to really make the initiative here, because Josh can in theory steal him out with a 100% battery in fact.
Further back, Scrivs has finally managed to get past Jamie Jacko. Millsy now on the back of this group as well. Millsy, one of the drivers in that lap 1 incident. He's trying to recover. He's back up into the points now. Sam Gino overtakes the other Alpine, putting Bradders down to 18th position.
I think this name change has cursed him, Gale.
Maybe. Kimi R, formerly known as Kimi R, sorry, Sam Gino, making a lot of mistakes today. Not the cool head. The Iceman is no longer blessing this man. He is making mistakes and getting heated.
I mean, yes, it didn't help that his AI forced him back a lot of positions, but then spinning under that restart It happens to anyone. It's just very unfortunate.
Maybe our Ryan and Dropass fighting it out. Dropass managing to stay ahead of the Aston Martin. But the Red Bull up ahead is now going to be under pressure from both of them. Jacko picks up a 3-second time penalty in 9th place. NXR Mark might be held. Oh, Jacko's left the session. Gonna need to get him.
He's already lost a position.
Night Owl gets past LeBruno. I was looking up at Mark and Joe. LeBruno looking to the outside as they come into Vale. Not able to get the move done. Wolfdog's left the session.
Around the outside. And Ryan, what's happened with Wolfdog? Is he not here?
Wolfdog's disconnected. Yeah, he just disconnected.
Oh shit! Sorry, I was getting Jacko back.
I go on board with Davies, who's just behind Wolfdog, and he gets a big slide on through club. Loses a position to Halsey. Not ideal for Davies, as this pack here for 6th place. Still just swarming.
Dropping like fly.
Jacko's not back yet, Wolfdog's not back yet.
I've sent them both invites, I don't know which one I can do.
There's Wolfdog back in the session. He should be able to regain control, but he will have lost a huge chunk of time.
Jacko's, I've invited him, I don't know why he's not joined.
Up at the front of the field, it's still about half a second between BRS Josh and NXR Mark. Mark not able to gain the position this time either. Josh just doing a good job of defending. Joe Wilson running in 3rd place, holding off Yaps. The Ferrari's putting the pressure on, but he's not able to get close enough.
Both Mark and BRS Josh with a full battery, by the way. Joe Wilson with only half. Under pressure from Yaps. Also 1/2.
Bruno trying to pull away from Night Owl. Scrivs on the softs, putting the pressure on actually.
Why isn't he joining back? What damage, Jack?
Milkman into the pits. No, he retired in the pits.
Oh, why?
I don't know. Wolfdog's into the pits as well. Putting on a set of soft tyres.
Past this lap of the race.
I guess NXR Mark does have it, so maybe Wolfdog could steal it away. Millsy's disconnected now.
I want it.
Connection issues plaguing this race right now. Sam, Gino, Millsy, Jacko. Jacko saying it won't rejoin. He's fallen all the way to 16th. Codemasters only in name. And Mark charging after BRS Josh, but not able to get close enough. Same story for Yaps and Joe Wilson. Night Owl's having a look at Bruno, but not able to do it. Scrivs is trying to look at Night Owl, not able to find a way by. Millsy not back, not in control. Dropass picks up a 3-second time penalty.
I'm really trying my hardest to invite people back.
He's going to lose out. Oh, Millsy has now joined.
Still in the points, I'll take that back.
Milkman apparently saying that Sam gave him wing damage. We did not catch that on stream, but that will probably be going to the stewards. Mark all over the back of the Red Bull. Nose to tail. Jammy Jacko finally back in, all the way down into 16th though. This is cruel for him.
He did so well to go up into those high points. But Codemasters have given him the royal sausage like the gift he sent into the chat just 50 minutes ago.
Here we go. Will Mark make a move now? We are 5 laps to go.
You used to have a timing glitch.
The timing's disappeared, but that's because it will reset once we get back to the start line. I will say it's probably worth keeping an eye on the drivers that have disconnected. Mark does go for the lead. Mark gets it done. Let me grab a piece of paper. I need to write down the people that have disconnected because it could be a problem. So
there will be timing glitches.
It was
Good luck, FIA.
Jack, it was Sam, it was Wolfdog. Did anyone else disconnect? I think that was
not to
all
my
of them.
knowledge.
Okay. So
See,
NXR
Davies
Mark.
making a move on Halsey.
Davies has made a move on Halsey. Sam Gino on the back of this, looking for 12th place.
Halsey right on the back of C. Davies as well. Alpha
Oh.
Tauri and Merck.
Halsey had a look at Davies, but he couldn't go
Sam
for it
Gino.
because Sam Gino was all the way up the inside of him.
Oh,
Tries to
more
go for a switchback.
contact.
Makes contact. Not good there. That's going to help Davies. The two drivers
I
behind
mean,
are slowing
it
each other
seemed
down.
like it was going to. Look at the speed that Halsey has down the inside! But isn't able to do it. Would he get the switchback? No.
We saw the red light flashing on the back of the AlphaTauri. ERS will be low for him.
Yes, it's less than 10%, but he's going to try and make the move on C. Davies nonetheless here.
ABR Ryan picks up a penalty, as did Scrivs.
Scrivs is stopped clearly waning with that time penalty.
Sam Gino and Halsey
what
side by
a
side
move
through
from
Maggots and
Sam
Beckett's, but
Gino.
they keep it clean.
It's forced Halsey to have to take it. It didn't force Halsey off, but it made Halsey slow down.
Davies trying to
see
defend,
Davies.
can't do anything against the DRS on the Haas. And
All of
Sam
these
Gino,
people into the single digits to ERS.
never mind, Davies looking back up the outside. Not able to get there, Gino covers him off. That might be that battle done for now. Meanwhile, the scrap for 6th place, Bruno, Night Owl, Scrivs, they're still going at it.
Night Owl. Probably most likely to get it right now. Scrivs' softs must be suffering.
He's still holding on though, and he's got the DRS to keep him in play.
I'd like to point out though, all the Aston Martin and McLaren drivers are in the points right now, so I'm a happy person.
Wolfdog back into the pits, maybe going for one more shot at fastest lap? No, he's retiring in the pit lane. His race was over. Bruno under pressure from the McLaren. As BRS Josh does retake the lead from NXR Mark. I think for the
Yellow
last couple
flag.
laps.
Oh, no, never mind.
That's just for the retired.
It flashed up again, so I was confused. Oh, that was close between Night Owl and the Bruno.
It was. I think we're going to see those top two trading positions back and forth between now and the end of the race. Yaps still not able to find a way past Joe Wilson and get himself onto the podium. Gifted still comfortably running. Is that a car stopped on the racing line?
Where?
It was. Wolfdog's AI was just ghosted and stopped on the racing line.
How strange.
Well made game. Gifted still just staying outside that 1 second window to Bruno, keeping himself nicely in 5th place. In fact, it may become 4th because I believe that's the second 3 second
Yes,
time
it
penalty
is.
going the way of Yaps. His car can back up. Yeah, it normally does that.
It's not his
It'll-
fault though.
Yeah, that's normally what it does. It's just normally the AI will pull off in a safe place. The only places where it's an issue are, I believe, here in Brazil, where it will pull onto the racing line. NXR Mark all over the back of Josh, but not close enough. Millsy gets past Dropass, going into Maggots and Beckett's. And is now going to try and close down on ABR Ryan, who has time
Night Owl.
penalties.
Trying to make the move on the Bruno, but the Bruno closes the door. Great defending.
It's just... This feels like that quiet moment as we get to 2 laps to go, the calm before the storm, some would call it. There's a lot of packs close together that could start fighting, but people are going to be cautious. They know having that DRS on the hanger straight on the last lap is going to be crucial. to getting the move done and winning and stealing the positions that they're wanting to get here. So who makes the move now?
Might want to switch to penalties as well.
That's a good idea. There we go. 6 seconds against Yaps, 3 for Scrivs, 6 for ABR Ryan, 8 for Dropass. Sam Gino on 3, 6 for Jammy Jacko, and 3 for Drive on Driver. Not the races either of them will have been wanting.
But Jacko had a fantastic race.
He did. The time penalties would have hurt him at the end, sadly.
Calling him Night Owl, going to try and make this move after Maggots, hopefully. Keeping as close as he can. Oh, he's had a bad exit, but hopefully not bad enough.
Mark doesn't go for it. Yaps closes DRS and does not go for the move. Night Owl does. Diving up to the inside. It looked like maybe contact or maybe just a bit of lag. But he does get past LeBruno. Scrivs licking his lips, looking for any pieces to come off those cars that he could maybe swipe the positions away.
Final lap now here at Silverstone. Old Blighty, as Ali would say. And 50p that I had on Mark come down to this very moment.
We're gonna
50p
switch
that you
to...
had on Josh.
I'm gonna be smart. I'm gonna switch it to interval to leader just to help with timing glitches.
Good idea.
So Mark, as we come down the old pitch straight down towards Cops for the final time, the McLaren putting all the pressure in the world on the back of formerly known as Wookie, BRS Josh, the race leader, one of the championship contenders, of winner so far this season. Mark, I don't believe he has won this season. No, wait.
Oh yeah.
Australia? No.
Oh, but now
it
will be his time to, but can he close the gap down the hangar straight here? I don't believe
He's a little
he
too
can.
far back. And that will be it, unless he goes for a mad dive into Vale. Not close enough. Yaps finally gets the move done on Joe Wilson, or does he? Wheel to wheel into Vale. 6 seconds of penalties. It doesn't matter for Yaps either way.
But
Bruno and Night Owl trade it over.
Nice to get it on track. But BRS Josh wins the Silverstone GP with Mark forever in second.
Millsy up the inside of Scrivs.
Gifted takes fourth.
Gifted does indeed steal fourth. Millsy does get a timing glitch there. I believe he didn't have any penalties and got put behind Scrivs, who did.
Oh, Ryan's
so
also got a timing glitch. He's trundled down the order.
I think Ryan had penalties. I think he had 6 seconds.
No, the penalties were already applied, and then he just dropped down even more. But I'll just click.
That's because people behind him who didn't have penalties crossed the line.
Oh, okay then. Well, maybe
we have it all on stream just to catch it.
Yeah, just to make sure, because I'm sure a lot of things happen there that we haven't seen.
The game calls Bruno your driver of the day. I think that's not unfair. I'm not sure. It was a great drive from Josh, it was a great drive from Mark, it was a great drive from Joe. The top 3 all very much deserving their podium positions. We saw some drivers making good charges. Jammy Jacko looked on course for a great recovery from a bad qualifying. But yeah, LeBruno starting 16th, finishing 6th. I'd say that was a driver of the day worthy drive from him. Gifted pulling out 4th place from 11th.
Gifted, LeBruno, Scrivs, all possible contenders for the driver of the day part, which will be up later this week.
Also, yeah, just confirmation there. Davies and Halsey did not have penalties and would have been behind ABR Ryan, so that would have been where he was falling down after the fact.
Very close though, between 9th and what was eventually 12th.
True. Although Millsy did have a timing glitch at the end there, so he would need that fixed. I'm just trying to grab all of the information I can here. Quickly run through the incident report because we can play it back slowly if needed.
Well, Drophouse got the unserved penalty, but that was for speeding in the pit, so that isn't a timing glitch. Would you like me to invite Joe Wilson to the party?
You can do. Hello, hello. Please make sure you've got your audio included.
Yeah.
Alright. So, one of many drivers under a new name today, but
Oh yeah.
seemed like the same old artifact out there.
Yeah.
How was that race for you?
It was alright. I mean, I didn't really have the pace for a podium, to be honest. I was just looking at like 3 people crash down in front of us, something stupid like that. So then I was on the train with the front runners for a bit, and then when we all pitted for safety car, couldn't keep up with them. And then I just had Yaps behind me for about half the race. And then he tried to get me at the end, but I fought him. And he weren't happy about that, but okay.
I mean, I feel like with his penalties, you were pretty safely in 3rd place,
Yeah.
unless he did something crazy.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not sure. I think you've been doing fairly well this season. I don't actually remember off the top of my head where you've been finishing.
I mean, that spin last race kind of cost me, but I didn't start the race before that because I was on holiday, so I think I've been doing alright.
Oh yeah, you had the podium at Australia as well, so that would definitely help.
Yeah.
So, I guess with the race having been missed, it puts you on the back foot as far as the championship. But do you think there's still a chance that you can get up in there and mix it with maybe Kimmy, Wookie, Mark?
I don't know, because they're really fast, man. I can't keep up. I'll just be happy with like next to the rest of the race. I'll just hit that. I'll be happy
No
with
shame
that
in
because it's just mad how quick they're getting now.
Anything you'd like to ask Shane?
No.
Oh,
I was
never
gonna
mind,
say,
he's not here.
I was gonna say, I'm just happy for the team because we got CD got points, which is really good as well.
Oh yeah, I believe he did. That was a
No,
good drive from
I love
Davies.
this confidence.
Because I think he got caught in the lap 1 incident as well, so coming back to a points finish is a strong result from him. Did you have any view of that starting crash, or was that behind you?
I think he just dropped it on the curb, like dropped it, and then Ryan had nowhere to go, and then it just kind of like a domino effect. Everyone started. It was starting on the right hand side of the grid, ended up getting like damage or something stupid. So
not ideal. Well,
yeah.
I guess Shaman's not here, but congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Look forward to hearing from you again, and I hope you have a good night.
Yeah, cheers. See ya.
I need to find the next man. That would be Mr. Mark. Give me a moment. Hello, Mark.
How you doing?
Hi. Make sure you've got your audio included.
It is, yeah.
Yep. Good. So, again, another 2nd place. I know probably not what you were hoping for, but it looks like people are not making it easy for you out there this season.
Yeah, I mean, obviously with me not finishing the season, I'm finished after Austria. For me, I'm just, I'm kind of just enjoying the battles. Wookie is, my teammate in BRS, so I think it's important for us to, we have such a good relationship already, and that battle was insane. His pace was pretty ridiculous, especially in the beginning of the mediums. I know he was using a lot of ERS to push out of my DRS right off the bat, but we were able to claw right back in there, and I wanted to try and make a move. We were kind of just going back and forth, like who's going to make a move. I wanted DRS in the very last lap, but I know he was running a lot lower wings than I was, so it was just a little bit difficult to get there, but nonetheless, I'm still pleased, and probably I'd say believe it or not, one of my better performances in NXR. I mean, it was a super high pace, and our lap times showed, and it was an awesome race.
I know early in the race, I think it was Yaps and Sam dived into the pits fairly early. Were you surprised by that, or were you sort of expecting pit stops to be happening around then?
No, I kind of already knew. I mean, it's a pretty easy soft medium. Like my mediums were probably at like 32% at the highest by the end, and we pitted still kind of early. So I knew there was going to be a quite aggressive. And if that safety car didn't come out, I was pushing for an overcut on Josh because I had full tank of ERS and my tires felt really good. And at that point, I felt like I had better pace, so I was really pushing for it. And then the safety car came out, and it kind of, put us back in the situation of, okay, now I gotta wait for my opportunity, stuff like that. So, I really didn't think them pitting that early was really going to gain them much of an advantage at all, because the softs at that point were still about equal to the mediums. So I think, it wasn't really an option for me to pit that early, and I knew Josh, he was definitely going to pit that very next lap, because he started pushing to get into the pits, but then the safety car came out, so it worked out for both of us.
Speaking of the safety car, the restart. It seemed like you may have been caught a little napping there, as the gap was almost a second immediately. Was it just sort of...
Yeah, I was looking at my tire temps, and I didn't think he was going to go that early, so I was swerving around. I was looking at my tire temps, and then I see him go, and I was like, oh, shit, okay. And then I just took off, and then by the time we got to the corner and stuff, it was already a second. I was like, whatever, fine. A little bit of a brain fade moment, but it happens.
Fair enough. I mean, hopefully we'll get you back in here for one last time next week, maybe in first place this time.
Yeah,
Either
I mean
way,
it's
been another. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, it's super difficult. Like, Josh, especially, he's come such a long way, and I've been mates with him for a long time, and his pace has just gotten better, and sometimes he has a little bit of bad luck, but I was actually really happy to see him win today. He definitely deserves it. A super big bummer that what happened to Sam. Obviously, that's not his fault, but it's a part of it. So hopefully next week have a good battle. If I win, cool. If I don't, I'm here to have fun. I'm here to have some good battles with the boys, and then that's pretty much about it.
Well, hopefully we will see you again. But until then, it's been nice to talk to you once more. And we'll see you next week. Have a lovely night.
Thanks, guys.
And now I need to get Mr. What's his name now? It's not Wookie anymore. It's BRS Josh. There he is. Hello. Shaman is seemingly not here at the moment, so it's just me for now. Okay. Please make sure you've got your audio.
Yeah. Sorry if I sound a bit rough. I think I'm developing tonsillitis, so a bit down with the weather at the moment.
You feel like we can make this quick for you then?
No, I don't mind. It's just be prepared for a snotty voice, basically.
No worries. Your second win of the season, I believe, and gonna be keeping you well in the championship hunt with another rough week for Sam and beating out Milkman. How was that race for you? It seemed like a bit of a fight.
Well, the first stint wasn't as straightforward as it seemed, because it looked like we just boxed under a safety car, wasn't it? But I was actually pushing to box that lap anyway, because Yaps went for the undercut. And although when you're on the in-game strategy, it shows that pitting early is slower, but it's actually really strong pitting early for the mediums. But if I didn't respond well on that lap, he would have undercut all of us by at least a second. So I was pushing to come in then anyway. And then on the second stint, I made sure I got a good start off the safety car and tried to break away from Mark for a little bit. I kept him out of the DRS for about a lap or 2 or 3 laps, I think, and then he got in. So I thought, there's no point draining my battery now. He's in with me. I might as well just start building up the battery and just wait for an all-out battle towards the end. But then at one point, I thought Joe was catching back up with us. So then I started doing a little wiggle to Mark, saying like, "Wait, do you want to like work together for a little bit until the end of like the last 2 laps?" And at one point he kind of understood it, but then at another point he was like, "No, I'm just going to sit behind you and just like absolutely annihilate you on the last lap." So then I went into battery mode, like battery saving again. There was like a good 10 laps where I was sat on literally 100% battery. I'd use bits here and there, but because of the 6.6 wings I was running, I was just regenning it everywhere. I think Mark said to me he was running 7.8, so I don't know how much ERS he was using, but I was comfortably gaining all of my ERS back if I used any. But for the most part, I was sat on 100%, and then on the last lap, I just used everything and just tried to keep him behind.
Well, we were just speaking with Mark, and we heard him saying he wanted the DRS on the final lap, thinking it would have gotten him the opportunity to get you, but seems like you had just enough straight line speed and were able to build the gap.
Definitely.
But on that restart, were you surprised by how much of a gap you built?
It was a fantastic restart.
It was one of those where you think, oh, it could fool them or it won't. So I didn't really know what to expect. I knew that I was rather going to get him like pretty good, or it would just fail miserably. But yeah, I was pretty happy with it. But then it's like just a shame I couldn't keep him out the DRS.
Well, it was a very strong showing from you. You've had, honestly, with the exception of obviously last week where you were caught in an incident,
Yeah,
you've had a very strong season. From the back of the grid to 4th and then 2 wins. You've got to think it's on the cards for you this season, surely.
See, I started to think that before, like, Spa, and I was thinking, you know what, if I get a decent result here, I don't have to win, I can carry on the momentum, and then I crashed, and I was like, why did I start thinking about it? So, I think I'm just gonna, like, again, just not think about it, because whenever I think that I'm in for it, I just get royally screwed over. And like something goes wrong, so like I said on the first race, I'm just gonna like take it race by race, really.
That's fair enough. Jeff, do you have anything you want to say?
Apart from congratulations on the win, enjoyed the campaign. No, not really. Both brilliant race today.
In that case, I guess it will be congratulations from me as well, and we hope to see you again next week.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Have a good night, man.
Take care, mate.
You too.
So, another exciting week of racing. We see Mark on his way out of the league, or at least for this season, putting on a show, fighting at the front once again. Wookie very much asserting himself with his return in the league at the front. I believe possibly taking the championship lead.
Must have, surely, after the unfortunate...
yeah, he was... Sorry.
After the unfortunate with Sam and Gino. Surely that must
he was
mean
only...
Wookie has the...
He was only 3 points behind Mark going into this, and 13 behind Kimi, so he's definitely jumped the pair of them. So it's going to be a close fight to the end of the season. Obviously, sadly, we are losing Mark after last week's race. Well, after next week's race. But he's going to be looking to give us one last showing from arguably one of the best that NXR has had since he came in partway through season 1.
I have to agree. He will be remembered, and whoever will be replacing him the rest of the season have a big task ahead of him or her.
Very, very true. But until then, NXR will return tomorrow night for Tier 2, also from Silverstone, and again on Wednesday for Tier 3. Me and Jeff will be back in the commentary booth next Sunday. Not next Sunday, because that's the Miami Grand Prix.
No,
the Sunday after for the Austrian GP. But until then, it will be goodbye from me.
And it'll be goodbye from me.
Have a lovely night.
Farewell.